I think it's a good idea that they have tutors because they were brought to this school simply because they're athletes. So I think obviously they're going to need a little bit extra help because all their time here is basically working out, practicing games. So I think that it's helpful that they have tutors.
I think it's completely fine because everybody at Rutgers has the option and opportunity to get tutoring, so I don't see why the football players can't have that advantage if they're especially spending a little bit more time on sports as opposed to their academics because that's what they're here for. I don't see why having a tutor would be an issue. Good.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they probably deserve that just because they're going to need to get their schoolwork done, and balance playing football at the same time too. So obviously their workload's different than students who don't play football.
I guess that's a little unfair to the rest of the students because everyone else has to go out of their way and sign up and take time away when they're kind of forcibly put on by the football program to sit down with an instructor every day and learn their actual material.
I'm a little iffy on that because while people were recruited here, I think all the recruits who actually have a lot of potential to go far in life, I think it's more the merrier to give them scholarships because a lot of people can't afford to go to school. But I do think that it's given out too easily. Too many people, I think, have scholarships. A lot of people go here for free when there's people here struggling to pay tuition.
I don't necessarily have a problem with football players receiving scholarships as long as they're worked for. I think that's important for everybody to have an equal opportunity to receive the scholarships, and I feel as if the football team receives them a little bit easier as opposed to others that have to work a little bit harder to receive them.
I think I agree with it just because, I mean, it's not like you can't get an academic scholarship as well, so it's not like you should be, it's not like you can only get a scholarship here for being athletically gifted. You can get one too for being good academically as well.
I think that's also unfair because a lot of students work really hard in high school to get that type of opportunity, and the fact that they're just super athletic and are good at their sport, it's not fair for the kids that truly struggle in high school to get there.
Again, I'm a little iffy with the first dibs because a lot of people are really focused on their education, so they are only here to get an education. They're not here to play sports. So I do think it's a little unfair that they get first dibs because they do have a lot of perks. So I think they should be able to register when everybody else does.
I don't think it's fair that football players do receive dibs on classes solely because what makes them better than others to receive those dibs. I think it should be an equal opportunity for everybody.
I didn't even know that they got first dibs on classes, but I guess that's kind of messed up a little bit because people who need classes for their majors and probably might have seniority over them might lose out on the classes because of that. So
I think that's super unfair because everyone else has to sit there and watch WebReg for the classes to open up, and for the fact that they get that first dibs over seniors, especially when they have to finish their classes, it's just not fair.
I don't think it was fair that the football coach did get fired simply because I don't think he was responsible for the players' actions outside of the actual football program. For things related to the actual football program, I don't think it was reason for him to be fired. So
honestly, he broke the rules of regulations of our school, so it's a little unfair because it wasn't that severe. But when it comes down to it, he broke the school's policy. So I guess he got what he deserved.
I mean, right now I know that they don't get paid, but I do think it would be fair for them to get paid in a sense because they do bring in millions of dollars to our school. They're the reason that people that don't even go here buy tickets to come to the games. So I think it would be fair that they do receive a little bit of benefit of that.
I guess when you think about it, that shouldn't be what brings in the majority of money for a university, but that's just the way it is.
That I honestly think is a good thing because Rutgers really is actually building a lot of academic buildings and housing for students. So we needed honestly a substantial income to do that.